Good morning. Happy Monday, crafty coffee break time. I hope you're having a good morning so far. Let me check my computer. And I think that might be close enough. Let's see if I can go a little closer. Already my video's being weird. Let's try that. Just give it a second to catch up. Okay, I like that. So before I go into what we're going to work on today, a couple announcements. We have our March product of the month coming up, and it's Notes of Spring stamp set. And for $75 purchase before shipping and tax, you can purchase this stamp set for $5. And look how cute it is. The deer. We just had some deer run through my yard just a little while ago. The bunnies. I've seen the bunny footprints in the snow. Now, geese, I haven't had any geese in my yard. How fun is it? A couple little sentiments in there. So it'll be a fun little spring stamp set. The other announcement is it's time to order the next paper pumpkin. And look how pretty it is. It's hummingbirds. Isn't that beautiful? You have to subscribe before March 10th. And if you're interested, you just need to click this little QR code, and that'll take you right to the Paper Pumpkin subscription mode in my online store. And you can go ahead and subscribe. You can do 1 month. You can do 3 months. I think you can do 6, 9. You can do just a whole year, or you can do ongoing. So every month you get a new paper pumpkin. So those are my announcements for today. This is what we're going to be working with. The Woolly Friends stamp set and punch. The punch punches out all these cute little things. So today, let's get started. Let me show you the first card we're going to make. I'm going to set this off to the side. I think I have all my stamps out for it. So here's the cute little card we're going to make today. Look how cute that is. The little sheep. And we used an embossing folder. We used this embossing folder, Hearts of Love, to do the pink background there. A little piece of vellum. So let's get started with this card. I'm going to pull out all my little pieces. Okay. I'll set that off to the side. So we have, I don't know what I did with my cheat sheet. I must not have made a cheat sheet for this one. Right, maybe it's on the back of the card. Oh, there it is. There it is. So as usual, we have a base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. My handy dandy. And one day I was flicking, and that's what happened. Just score that, and then here we have our little embossed layer that was 4 by 5 1/4, and that'll go right on top of our card here, like that. Let me grab my glue. It's a beautiful sunny day here. It's still pretty chilly, but I like the sunshine. We had some snow, but the sun must have been warm enough because bring my little thing over here. It melted it all off the grass, but there's still, wherever there were piles, there's still snow. And this time of year, the piles are all ucky looking. They're like, what somebody said, they call them snurt, snow and dirt. So let's glue that down. Then we have a piece of vellum here that is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And because you can see through the vellum, we're only going to, we only adhere that down where we're going to stick stuff on top of it. Dog hair, always a dog hair included in my projects. So let's go ahead. This is going to go on here like this, and this is where our sentiment is going to go. So let's stamp our sentiment. That's going to be stamped in pretty in pink. And you're simply fabulous. Cute. Hi, Evelyn. Get my ink pad open. You know, we're getting new ink pads. Sometimes I struggle to open these, so we're getting new ones that have magnetic lids, so maybe it'll be easier. Sometimes I really struggle to get those open. So let's stamp our sentiment. Let me move this off here and let's see how straight I can get. Like that. Not too bad. Set that off to the side. Let me close that before I stick it in a project. And, all right, I'm going to glue these two down first, and then I have my ribbon somewhere on my table. There it is. It's going to go around our vellum. So let's glue these two pieces down, and then I'll go through and color my... I was going to color my lambs before I started, but there's not that much coloring, so it won't take that long. So let's put this about right here. I think that should work. And this will go underneath it. How straight am I? Not too bad. I must say so myself. Some more glue. And we'll glue that down there. Kind of butt them together. Glue on my fingers. I don't know if you can hear my dog chewing on her bone behind me. She's always got to be where I am. And I see, as usual, my internet's popping in and out. Here I go, tie a bow. I love to tie bows. But we're just going to wing it. We're just going to go, and however it turns out will be perfect. I don't know what's going on with my internet, but hopefully you're not losing me. I can see my lap. I see my phone saying it's trying to reconnect. I don't know. We pay for fast internet and all that fun stuff, and I still have problems with it. Are you still there, Evelyn? Did I lose you? I don't really like that, but it'll work. Let me flip this over so that the fold is on the other side. Maybe. There we go. Bows. They're like my nemesis. Oh, I don't like that. All right, let's try this again. And this time I'm going to cheat. I don't know why it does that either. I would think at this time of day it wouldn't be that busy. All right, let's see if I can do this. I'll spend the whole time on my live just trying to tie my bows. But we're not going to be so picky this time. We're just going to let it go. So I've seen another demonstrator do this where she takes her tweezers, holds it in place, and then finishes her bow. Now, I've gotten pretty good about tying a bow, holding it in my hands, but doing it this way is a little more. I watch those demonstrators, and they just whip those bows around. And I think just because I'm live, I think I'm more nervous tying the bow. Oh, there we go. And we're going to take it, and it's going to work, and it's going to be good enough. Because I said so. Let's cut some tails off. Make sure I cut the right tails. All right. Good enough. Good enough. I just hate when it folds like that. I know there's a way that if I started the bow without it folding, it wouldn't do it. All right, we're just going to leave it. So this is going to go up on here, off to the side. I'm going to cover that. And we'll put a couple dimensionals on the back. Under where we can't see it. Okay. Set that down here. I'm going to cover that with that. And then the little lambs. So we have a head and a little bell. We're going to color. It doesn't take that long to color these. So the bell's going to be in Lemon Lolly. Okay. And then all we're going to do is take some smoky slate and just give a little bit of dimension. This is light smoky slate. Oh, stuck to my finger. And then we'll just go, we'll do their little feet, little dark feet. And just do a few little swirls around the bottom, a couple up here, like that. And then we'll take, let's see if I have some minis. I do. Some mini dimensionals to put our, I have to open up a brand new package because I don't feel like cutting little ones. There's my pokey tool. So we'll take some, let's see, there we go. And we just put one behind her head. And we'll kind of stick the bell. You will share that, we're going to share that dimensional. And then I'll put one more. Oops, brand new package here. Sticker. Oh, I guess I grabbed the wrong sheep. This is a different body than what was on my card, but that's okay. She still is cute. Stick her up there like that. Probably stick another one underneath her feet there. All these dimensionals. Like that. That'll work. And then let's put some pretties on there. Let's see. What do I have here? Let's use these. Let's stick a couple. Let's stick a couple little Easter eggs on there. Why not? It's kind of Eastery. Oops. And there you go. The other one has a bow, but I tied it already. So let's move on to card number 2. Card number 2 is this cute one here. So this one is in Balmy Blue, and I used the, excuse me, Lovely Stripes embossing folder on the white in the background. So as usual, let's pull out my pieces. So you start with your card base as usual, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Like this. This one we're going to do this way. Oh, there is another bow on this card. I forgot. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. We'll just get that lovely ribbon out again. This goes around this piece. But I don't care if I have a wrinkle this time because I have a big focal piece that's just going to cover it up. So we'll just, and I'll take my tweezers again because that seemed to help me last time. So I can go a little faster. Look at, so this time it didn't even do it. Go figure, right? My tweezers. That could be my third finger. Like I used to always tell my kids, practice makes perfect. So the more you do it, the better you get. I'm not so sure about me, though. So, put that in the center. That's where I want the fold. So let's go ahead and glue this down. On the front of our card. Like that. Glue on my table. Let's set that aside for a second. So then we have this piece, this die cut, which came from the Beautifully Celebrated Dies. Look at all of those in there. They're kind of fun to use. Now here we're going to use some garden green and a blending brush. And we're going to cover the bottom of the this piece with the garden green, so it makes it look like the sheep are sitting on some grass. I'm just going to do this on my table, and I'll just wipe it. So we're going to just kind of lightly start going around. You can go as high as you'd like. Kind of start light. I've learned, because if you pounce down, then you have a big dark spot. So that shouldn't be too bad. I didn't do too bad getting. And then we're going to take our little grass. It's our little grass. And give them some grass to stand on. As much as I hate to, here, let's do this. I want to go to the edge, but I don't want to stamp on my mat. There we go. And let's do like another little row. I'm going to start at this end though. There. There's our little grass. I'm done with that. And then we're going to take, did I pull out my smoky slate? I did. So let's work on our little deer. They're all over the place here. So we're going to have 2 gray and 1 white. And the stamp set comes with a body. So we can stamp the bodies gray and the heads. Oh, I didn't grab the head stamp. Or did I color it? I might have colored that. I don't think there's a solid. No, there's not a solid head. So, okay. So let's see if I can find the right angle. I should have had this set. But this way you get to see. Oh, I should have played with this. I didn't think it'd be that hard to find. Oh, that looks about right. Let's go with that one. Let's see how I did. Not bad. Oh, I must have something stuck on my stamp. Okay, there we go. That works. That looks good. And then we take our Smoky Slate blending brush and we'll color the heads. Oh, I didn't do the pink in the other sheep now that I'm looking at them. Color their little faces. We'll go back and fix that one. All right, this one didn't have a pink nose. Well, I probably shouldn't say anything because I'll probably jinx myself, but it looks like my internet might have settled down. Hopefully. Technology. It's a love-hate relationship. So there's our little gray sheep, you know, and then we'll do some little highlighting on the other one. Little shadows. This one will have dark feet. The other ones will have light colored feet. We'll do some. Oh, let's just do that. And then let's take our pink. Doing their ears. I think I forgot to do the other little sheep in the first card, so we'll give her some color. And then on this one here, we'll do a little pink nose. Give her some pink cheeks. Like that. Okay, let's get rid of this. And let's put some little dimensionals on the bottom of their head. Let's see if I can get these out this time. Oh, much better. Oh, except for that one. There we go. And then we'll glue their heads to their bodies, and let's make sure we do the right head with the right body. Aren't they cute? They're such cute little sheep. And then we're going to position them on here. That, and I think we'll put them on some dimensionals. And I'm not using my take your pick tool because these are really stuck on. Let's see how to do this. Thanks, Evelyn. I'm just now looking over at comments. Yeah, that one turned out nice. Go figure, right? Let's see. So this one outside. Let's put our center sheep down first. Here in the grass. I guess I got a little heavy-handed there with that. And then we'll put him on this side, or her. And this one on this side. And we might as well keep using dimensionals, and we'll stick this down with some dimensionals. Set that here on our card. Somewhat centered. Okay. And then we're going to use this stamp here, but not that block because it's not big enough. This block. And Balmy Blue. I forgot to make a piece of paper here. I think it's when you don't use an ink pad a lot is when they're the hardest to open. So we're going to stamp You Make Me Happy, but we're going to cut it apart. Like that. A little bit of fussy cutting. Hopefully I can do that quicker than I can tie a bow. I'm pretty sure this one's pretty easy to do. So these two are pretty easy. Let's go ahead and get those cut out. And you know, it's a handmade card, so it doesn't have to be spot on. Here's those two. And then this one takes just, I'm not a super good fussy cutter. I don't know. So I don't do it a lot, but it's just not my thing. But that'll work. That's such harsh edges. Like that. And then we'll take some of these little dimensionals, because these are pretty small. Okay. Is that one? Oh, these dimensionals are so hard to pull off of here. Maybe I just don't know my own strength. All right. So then we'll put You Make Me Happy. And then we'll take some of these little blue ones to go with the Balmy Blue. And there's card number 2. All right, set that off to the side. Card number 3. I tied my bow ahead of time, so you don't have to struggle with me. So once again, you know, your card base, 8.5 by 5.5. This is the card we're going to make. Using some Designer Series paper. Card base is Old Olive. Thank you. Bone folder. There it is. So, and then we have another piece, another die cut from the Beautifully Celebrated. Our little sheep. I only need one head. Oh no, I don't know. I have 2 sheep in here. Okay, that's all right. Our little sheep. And we have 2 pieces of designer series paper. This was cut full like this at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then we cut off 1 1/4 on the bottom so we could flip it over. Oh, maybe that bow's for the other card. Let's see. Oh yeah, that bow's for the next card. This is another one I got to tie around the card. But first, this gets glued onto here. So let's glue this down. Let's glue this down first. This glues on top of our card. Like this, all the way to the edge. And then this piece will come down here on the bottom. I guess I jinxed it. Shouldn't have talked about it. And then this is going to go, so it covers the bottom. Like so. And then the ribbon is going to cover up that seam. I just work right off the spool because I never know how much I need. So, we're going to do this again. Our tweezers. Hold it in place. I got glue on my fingers. My ribbon's sticking to my fingers. Let's pull that in. Let's pull that one in. Make it tighter. Oh, it's glue. Oh, it's good enough. Okay, rid of that. That'll work for me. And we'll cover the fold with my focal point. Like that. And then before we glue that down, let's do some work here. Oops, pull the dimension off. I lose my bow. I think I did. Lost my little bow. I think I have another one in here. Do I? Well, she may have to go bowless because I don't know what happened to her bow. So we're going to get our little blending brush again. I might have enough ink on here to do this again. Let's see. I guess it could be a little darker. Anybody see where my bow went? I know I had it when I pulled it out of the envelope because I saw it. Once again, we're making some grass for the sheep to sit on. Go ahead and color my sheep real quick. Couple little shadows. Let's see if I can be just a little not so heavy-handed this time. Yeah, I don't know where that bow went. Let's do her little cheeks, her nose. Oops. Oops. Yeah, I don't know what I did with the bow. It looked real. I know it's not in the envelope because, oh wait, it is in the envelope. All right. So in Fresh Freesia, there. And then the flowers we're going to stamp in Old Olive. I did, Evelyn, I did go back to the envelope and you were correct. That's where it was. I thought I popped it out, but evidently not. So we're going to stamp the little flowers across this piece. Not really going to see those. And this was cool because it had where you can stamp the leaves so you don't have to color them. That's how good I am. Not too bad. That was bad. I have to cover those up with the sheep. That won't work. Excuse me. And then we're going to just color them. Fresh Freesia. They did have a stamp in there where you can stamp the flowers, but I wanted my flowers different colors, so what is this? Petunia Pop. And let's do a yellow. Some lemon lolly. Like that. That's a pretty color combination. So the sheep, we're going to cover up those odd ones. So we'll put the body down. To cover up those funky looking ones. Oh, before I do that, I probably should stamp that because the sheep may be in the way. So we're going to stamp it with Sending Flowers and Sunshine in Fresh Freesia. On the top here, make sure we go high enough in case our sheep covers it. There we go. Now we can put our sheep down. We'll cover up those flowers. I messed up a little bit. Her little head. We'll put it at a little angle. We'll stick the bow down. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to just put a little dot of glue on her bow. Maybe. There we go. Of course I drop it. Put her bow there. Oh, I guess I didn't. She's just going to go that way. I don't like that. Well, it's going to have to do. I should have put her lower. I don't think I can pull her up now. Oh, yeah, I can. Let's see. There, that should work. That's a little better. Glue on my fingers. Oh, there's the other bow. Well, I don't know. We're not going to worry about it. She's got her bow on. So let's put some dimensionals behind this. And card number 3 will be done. My desk is a disaster after this live because I just kind of toss everything off to the side. All right, here we go. Just like that. There's card number 3. There's some pretty green. Let's try some of these. These bigger ones up there. All right. There's card number 3. A little different than the original, but so I was trying to cover up those flowers, and that's kind of how it got me a little off. Thanks. Thanks, Evelyn. All right, let's get to the last card where I think I'm going to need this bow. So this is the card we're going to make. Welcome, Cutie. Well, this one's got a bow too. Oh, well, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This one's in thick basic white. I cut a circle from Stylish Shapes. This is the, looks like the second largest circle in Peach Pie. I was going to say, what did I do with that bow? My bow I already tied. You have a piece of white that's 5 by 3 3/4. And then we have a piece of Designer Series paper that's 1.5 by 3.5. It's going to go there. And another piece that's 1.5 by 3. That's going to go here. And 1 3/4 by 3. That'll go down here. And there's a lot of white around these pieces. So let me start with this one. Pretty back too. It would be fun to color with the blends and just kind of wipe it down. So let's put this first piece on. And then this one, I like that peach pie gingham on the back. And then this one. There. And then our last piece here. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna put it down. Then we're just gonna glue the circle down. Good old glue. Sticks to everything except for what you want it to. Oops. Glue our circle down. We're going to color the bow in peach pie. This must be dark. Yep, dark peach pie. And then you know what we do with the sheep face. You know, my little sticky notes all over there. Let's do this one a little different. Let's do just a little shadow down the side. Cute cards. They make cute. You can make them cute Easter cards. Could be a just because card. You could make it a birthday card. Happy spring. I mean, hopefully someday spring is coming. And then, where's my pink? Like that. And once again, I'm going to do my best to do those. Let's put her little bow on. Take that mutilated dimensional there. Stick a couple on her body, maybe. All right, there we go. You have to wait a minute. She's wanting to go outside. You got to wait a few minutes. You can do it. Hey, go lay down. Gotta wait till I'm done. I'll be done in a few minutes. There, and then our bow. I'll put down with some glue dots. Good girl. I'm going to stick that right there. And then I'm going to stamp Welcome Cutie. And once again, let's see that one. And black. I'm going to stamp this in Memento Black. Fussy cut it a little bit. Me and this black pad, I use that black pad and I get black ink over everything. You know, I don't like that. Press too hard. That's a good thing about paper. There's two sides. Let's try this one. Yeah, we'll use that. I like that better. Okay, my scissors. No, actually, I think I like this one better. Let's just go with this one. Yeah, I guess I can stick it. I did the original dimensionals. I guess I'll do this one too. And there we have, just gonna put it right side up. Card number 4. I don't think I brought any fun dimensionals for this one. I mean, embellishments. Oh, I guess I gotta glue it down and we put this up on dimensionals. And there. Now we have, excuse me, card number 4. So let me bring them all back in. There's 4. There's 3. There's 2. And 1. Can we see them all? Just like that. There they all are. Thank you so much for hanging with me, Evelyn. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. And if you're watching the replay, let me know. Have a great day. Bye.